Welcome back to the channel. We're here with the legendary Hinoka summoning session, and our goal for tonight is mostly just to pull red. So we really just want all the red units, to be honest. They're all really good. I would love to get Ascended Valencia, but man, that colorless pool is not great. So I'm probably going to be avoiding it for the most part. Maybe if we get like a 3 orb colorless, we'll pull it. I don't know. Anyway, let's jump in. There's a lot to talk about. I have a ton of questions to go through, and people ask some really good ones. So let's jump into that. Yeah, I think we're just going to do reds if we can. Green isn't bad per se, but I really would not want to pull Dagger. Sather and Robin aren't bad though. That's definitely some good merges there. Holy shit! Let's go! That's a way to start a summoning session. Wow. That is really good. Honestly, I want a ton of Ophelias, right? The more copies I can get, the better, because she is just a factory of fodder. She just makes like... Okay, I'm back. I had to make a quick edit because... Fire Emblem Heroes just doxed me and put my real name up. So, I don't know why they do that. That's terrible. If I was on stream, everybody would know my name. So that's not great. Anyway, let's keep going. So yeah, so if you didn't see my stream with Ophelia, I pretty much made like an ultimate fodder Ophelia. She's a ton of fodder. Oh, another? Oh my gosh. Got Fallen Celica, nice. So every time I get Ophelia, I can duplicate like Special Spiral 4, Attack Speed Finish, Times Plus 4, like a whole bunch of good stuff. Rupture Sky. So every Ophelia is worth a ton of value. It'll let me just build way more units, which is always nice. So we're going to be going on red pretty hard. I want just one Hinoka. I wouldn't mind getting like +1, but it's not like that big of a deal. If we get to Spark, I don't know who we actually spark. If I don't have Hinoka, we obviously get Hinoka, but if I do, I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know. Because I don't think there's any merge projects here. I can go like Sather for a merge. I don't know. Whatever, we'll figure out when we get there. Let's start with some questions because we have a lot of good ones. And this one's going to be from Ultimate Moral Compass and your favorite god. And they want to know, who's your favorite terrible unit? Like you built them up to +10 and they really don't really work, but you keep giving them premium skills and an arcane weapon anyway. And then your favorite god wants to know, who is your favorite unit in the barracks waiting for the most still missing arcane weapons? So the answer for me is going to be the same. It's going to be Jafar. I really, really love Jafar as a character. Unfortunately, he is pretty screwed as a unit. His stat line is like unsalvageable in many ways. His attack stat is just way too low. I mean, technically you could make it work, but you know, there's going to just be better units for it. Like something's just a clear upgrade over him. But he's one of my favorites, so there's definitely no way I'm not going to give Jafar the full kit. Do I go green here? Or do I go colorless and just hope for the Dream of Valencia? I think I dream big. We go for Valencia. Green technically has like a better chance, right? 2 out of 3 units are good for me. But like if I get Valencia, I'm gonna be super happy. That's not Valencia. That's Clary. That's fine. Anyway, so for me, like Jafar, I really want to get him the Arcane Dagger. It will probably not make him that much better, but it will help, right? It will definitely help a lot compared to what he's at now. And I'll just give him a full kit, right? I'll pretty much like probably use a rearmed affiliate to give him a full kit. And then Jafar will be cool. I'll use him. I don't know if I'll do a showcase, but he'll be fun. Holy shit. Yes! Oh my god, the dream came true. This is actually amazing. Holy shit, this is so good. We actually got Valencia. Wow, I did not expect that in the slightest. Thank you for the lucky questions. Oh my god. We got Valencia. I'm so happy. I'm actually so happy about that. I think I'm more happy about that than actually getting, like, Ophelia, because it's just Valencia. I love her so much. Okay, let's go to the next question. Keep the luck going. This is going to be from Mellow Marianne. What mythic legendary unit refine remix are you looking forward to currently? So we do have an interesting lineup of refines and remixes coming up. The next 2 should be Bramimon and Legendary Crom. And then there's some other ones coming up after that, like Seliph and Corin and some Hell, I think, too. But for me, the one I'm looking forward to the most is Legendary Crom, just because I have him at +10, and I wouldn't mind investing into him and making him better, but I need to know exactly what he has, right? So I don't give him, like, redundant skills. There's that. I'm also interested to see what they do with To Change Fate, if they just upgrade it to the version from CYL, or, you know, something like that, or they give him a completely new version, because that'd be really cool as well. So I'm interested in that. When it comes to Bramimon, I'm also pretty interested to see what Bramimon gets, because Bramimon could get an anti-save skill built into his C preference, right? Like he could get like Severance essentially. So I'm interested in that. But like if we're talking about the unit I'm most interested now in from the Refine and the Remix, after, you know, Altina was the biggest one obviously for me, it's definitely Dimitri, right? Legendary Dimitri getting his Refine and Remix could really make him broken, because he's not bad right now. He's pretty good. He's just a little bit underpowered. The introduction of like Battle Astra and stuff has definitely helped him a ton. And so being able to get a Refine and Remix will really power him up. So I'm really interested on that. But we probably won't get Dimitri's Refine and Remix until the end of this year or the beginning of next year. So we'll have to wait for that one. Okay, so it's going pretty good so far. Okay, so our next question is going to be from the Den BB and Dracofin. And they want to know, is Gatekeeper finally relevant with all the warping going on, or does Legendary Merc still have him beat? What does his upcoming refine need for him to reach his full potential? And now Dracofin's oh, it's Lyn. I think I actually have this Lyn decently merged. I'll take that. I really do like the Resplendent art too. I know some people don't like it, but I think it looks pretty good. And then Dracofin also wants to know, they are giving charges a bonus, and since it's warp movement, Gatekeeper could be a great counter for the refine. Do you think he can be salvaged, or will he be the first place male winner to fail at blowing up the meta? So when it comes to Gatekeeper, I've seen a lot of discussion about Gatekeeper. You have the people who still think he's good, right? The people on Copium, unfortunately. But the thing is, right now, Gatekeeper is not very good. I don't care what anyone says. He just doesn't do enough, right? He's not big enough of a nuke to contribute doing damage or killing things. And he's not defensive enough where he's offering a frontline position. All he's offering is that anti-warping support and some attack and speed. And that's just not enough in today's meta. So when it comes to his refine, I think, yes! Oh my god. You guys, your questions are so lucky. Holy crap. We are just bringing in the luck. We got Hinoka. Wow. And she's a Fire Blessed unit. The people who know what I'm talking about, but I cannot believe she's Fire Legendary. Plus defense. That's not the best IV, but I don't really care. That's good enough for me. Gonna back out here. We'll keep going in. Wow, this is going really well so far. I'm really happy. But yeah, so there's two options for Gatekeeper's Refine and Remix, right? They can kind of try to force him into being an offensive unit, right? That's an option. They can try to give him some like a guaranteed follow-up attack and like true damage, or like some kind of effect that makes him do a lot of damage, right? That's one option. And they could try to make him into a nuke support, kind of like Duo Asker or someone like that, right? Like Duo Alphonse even. I think that's one option. And then the other option is to just go purely support unit. Just go full out support. And in my opinion, I think the chances of him being a good nuke aren't very good. You're going to have to give him some absolutely ridiculous effects in his weapon, right? You're going to need to give him like a stupid refine for him to be a good nuke. Like, he's going to need more than Brave Dimitri got, right? And that, which is asking a lot. As a support unit, though, I think you can make him a very good support unit if you make him a counter unit. So make him like Lucia, but as a support unit. Make it so he counters Vantage. Make it so that he counters Warping already, right? He counters Brave effects, stuff like that, right? Just give him all the things that he needs to counter a lot of things, and he's a support unit worth bringing, pretty much, right? Because like we have Catria, Bridal Catria, right? And she is a support unit, but she's also very mobile. She can actually do damage decently well, and she offers ridiculous support, right? Her damage isn't really anything to write home about, but her support is. Her support is insane. So if you can give Gatekeeper that kind of effect where he shuts down a ton of different things, then he can be worth, you know, he could be a meta unit for sure. But it needs to be relevant. So it needs to be more than just warping. Like maybe you have cancel control, you have anti-warping, you have anti-vantage, you have anti-brave. Anti-brave would be unique and powerful. Maybe you give him false start, right? Something like that. One of those effects that really can just make him stand out. And I think he could be usable. But I don't see him ever being a powerful nuke. I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible, right? They could just give him like true damage based off his resistance, and it also has a brave effect. Like he has a brave effect in his weapon, and he could be good, but it's a lot more of a difficult thing to do going that way. And I also think he'll age worse if he goes that route. Okay, let's keep going. It's enough about Gatekeeper. This question's going to be a bit of a random one, but this one's from Bloopla and Person6909. They both want to know, does your body have lactase? Oh my god. The luck. You guys are bringing the insane luck with these questions. Holy crap. But we definitely aren't going to take Hinoka with the Spark, that's for sure. Not a good idea again. I don't really care though. That's completely fine. We got the merches. I could fodder her for Wings of Mercy 4. I don't think that's a good idea though, but it's tempting. It's very tempting. I really like Wings of Mercy 4. Anyway, back to the question. So Blue Pill wants to... Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't answer a question. It's Nana. Oh my god, this is so good. This is crazy. Nana is so good too. I love Nana. Good IV. I think I already have plus speed. Or maybe I have a plus attack. I'm not sure. But I will definitely take a merge. Nana is so good. Can I finish the question? Is it going to let me finish the question? Or am I going to have to stop again? Okay, Tana. Okay. So, Blue Blue wants to know if I'm lactose intolerant, essentially. And the person wants to know what my favorite cheese is. So the question is, the answer is I am lactose intolerant. So I don't really love cheese. I mean, I like cheese. It's just a matter of like, how much do I want to hurt myself, pretty much? Which sometimes it's worth it, and sometimes it's not. So I don't really have a favorite cheese per se. I kind of just go with whatever's there, right? If I'm eating Mexican food, I want Mexican cheese. If I'm eating a burger, it's probably like American cheese or whatever. I don't really eat fancy cheeses. I don't know. Probably because I'm lactose intolerant. I've never really gotten into that. When it comes to other food I like the person wants to know, I like smoothies a lot. Like the combination of something cold and fruit flavored goes well with me. Coffee too. Like those are my two things I probably like the most. I'm kind of a texture person, so that's probably why. I like drinking my calories if possible. But yeah, that random question aside, let's move on to a different one. These questions are going to be about a different gacha, actually. So we have Dymastia wanting to know, are you going to play Monster Hunter now when it comes out? And will you make videos on it? And Dan Vocals wants to know, are you going to cover Wuthering Waves? So if you don't know, Monster Hunter Now there's only one trailer out for it, I believe, that I've seen at least. And it's essentially Pokemon Go, but with monsters from Monster Hunter. It looks interesting, but we don't really know enough of it to say if I'd play it yet. It's not impossible that I play it, but I also don't want to play more gachas, so if it's another gacha, I'll probably play it less. And if it's like Pokemon Go, where I really have to go like run around the city to catch monsters, probably not going to do that as well, right? I don't really have time to do that. And if I did do it, I'd probably be driving my car at this point, because I just don't have time to walk around the city like I did when I played Pokemon Go. When I played Pokemon Go, I was like walking like 10 miles a day catching Pokemon, but that's definitely a long time ago. So I don't know if I'll play that, maybe. When it comes to Wuthering Waves is essentially a Genshin clone. I've seen the gameplay and the beta footage, and it looks like a Genshin clone with a bit more focus on endgame and like combat. I think they use like a sound system instead of an elemental system. It looks interesting. I'll probably check it out. If they do open beta, I'll probably do the open beta and see how it plays. Maybe I'll play it, but I'm gonna have to really try it out myself to see if it's worth playing. And I know for sure it's a gacha, so I'm not really sure. That's kind of a downside for me already. I don't really want to play more gachas. I'm already playing 3 right now. I'm playing Fire Emblem Heroes, Genshin, and Honkai Star Rail, which is a lot. And it's not really about the money, because I don't really spend money on Genshin that much. It's more about the time investment of like doing dailies. So maybe, but probably not for both of those, to be honest. But we'll have to see. There's Marth. I really like the basic Marth art. I think a lot of people like Switch Sword Splendid, but I think this one's just better. It's probably because it's drawn by Wanda. Okay, so our next question is going to be from 80s Song Lover. If you could flat out pay for a unit instead of pooling, how much money would you pay for 1 unit? So I've actually thought about this before, because I think I would do that. Typically, my luck is not this good. This is a very weird summoning situation for me. It's typically not anywhere near this good. So I would probably pay like $15 to maybe $30 for a unit, depending on like what unit it is, right? Like on a Legendary Mythic banner, it's probably going to cost more than it would for like a new Heroes banner. But the thing is, for me, like a lot of times I have had such terrible luck that I've spent way more than $40 and not gotten anything, right? Bought a $40 pack, got nothing but, pity rate. So I think, like, if you think about it, right, let's say it's $20 per unit, that's $220 for plus 10. Honestly, that's way cheaper than how much a plus 10 would probably cost you in orbs. Normally, right? At least with my luck. My luck, it's usually like, it's like 2,000 orbs for a plus 10 typically, which is not great. So yeah, I would definitely do that, depending on the price, right? If it was like $50, no. But if it was like 15 to 30, I'd probably do it, probably. Which I know for some people sounds insane. But as a whale, when you're spending money on orbs, you're spending anywhere, $40 a pack typically is where I'm at. So and you might buy 1 or 2 of those per summoning session. So it just depends. Like in this summoning session, right? Have I even spent 100 orbs yet? I don't think so. Maybe 100 orbs, but actually more than that probably. But I've gotten like 75 stars, so obviously my value is much higher than that. Okay, our next question is going to be from Almighty Fallen 5388, and they are a new player, and they want to know, after completing the story mode, what in-game activities would you recommend for beginners to learn and get into? Okay, so when you have completed the base story pretty much, even if you haven't completed all of it, right, because there's a lot of story now, you should have a good amount of orbs. And what I would recommend is, before spending any of those orbs, you know, it's very tempting to just roll on a new banner. I would essentially like get to the point where you kind of have a basic understanding of the game, and then decide what you want to do, right? So do you want to be a collector? Do you want to just have fun collecting units and building your favorites? That's cool, right? That's one route. The other route is, do you want to play competitively? And if you want to play competitively, do you want to focus on summoner duels, or do you want to focus on ether raids, right? Because if you're gonna be doing that, then I think that's what you should focus on pretty much. Once you've gotten past the story, you should be like, okay, I want to play summoner duels. Let me look into the summoner duels meta, kind of figure out what units are good in the meta right now, and start trying to like practice and figuring out how to play that game mode. The other option is ether raids, in my opinion. Arena is like whatever. Like, you don't really need to learn arena. You just need to score well, which you can watch one arena video and figure that out. When it comes to ether raids, though, it's much more complex. So if you want to get into ether raids, I would recommend like watching my beginner's guide first. There's other great videos as well, and they'll start to teach you kind of how that game mode works, how the scoring works, how you like set basic teams right. Because I think ether raids honestly is the best game mode in Fae. And I think it's a game mode you can invest into and have a lot of fun. So I think that is a good option if you want to play kind of competitively. Even if you want to play casually, I think ether raids is a great option. But if you want to just play collect your favorites, then, you know, just focus on that. Just look up guides for those characters and like build those characters exactly how you want to. So hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop a comment down below and I can try to help you out with what to do next. Okay, we're almost at 40. We're actually at 9.5%. So we had like really insane luck. I'm not complaining any means, but we definitely have a high pity now. So our next question is going to be from Z's, who's a fellow FaeTuber and a big friend, and also the Shiny Traces LW. And both of them want to know, how are you enjoying Tears of the Kingdom? I've been having a blast with it, and I'd love to hear what you think. Oh, also Rocket Gal. Rocket Gal also wants to know what I think of Tears of the Kingdom. So Tears of the Kingdom has been consuming the little amount of time I had. Unfortunately, I have not got to play it nearly as much as I wanted to. Typically what would happen any other year is I would ask for vacation off and I'd play it for like a week straight without doing anything else. And I would just take a week off of work and I would play Zelda 18 hours a day like a degenerate. But unfortunately I couldn't do that this year because of some in real life stuff as well as work. So I've only played maybe 40-ish hours, which sounds like a lot, but honestly I think this is like a 400-hour game. There's so much to do. I've been just having a blast. I've been having so much fun with this game. There's so much stuff. It's ridiculous how big the map is. I don't want to spoil anything, but like the map is much bigger than you think it is. It's kind of insane. Okay, now we're at the Spark. I have to think about this a bit. Okay, I think the correct choice is actually Ophelia. I think that's the correct choice. But I am a Radiant Dawn stan. And I think I can't call myself that if I'm not honest and just say I want to go with Valencia, right? I love Valencia. One of my favorite characters ever. Have to go with Valencia. Like, her art is so good. Oh my god, her art is so good. Wow, we actually got 2 merges for Valencia. That's insane. I was expecting 0. There's a Celestial Stone. Now the question is, do we go back in? We're at 10%. I kind of want to break this pity. It's not a good choice. I'm going to do it anyway. Do not follow my example. Hopefully this goes quick though. Anyway, so back to Zelda. I think Zelda's an amazing game so far. I've been having a ton of fun with it. There's so much to do, and the creativity in this game is like out of this world. The amount of things you can create with like the hand and like the puzzle, the way you can solve puzzles is so diverse and so unique. And like each person can figure out stuff different ways, and that's just something you don't see in games nowadays. Like, it just feels so refreshing. I don't know how to explain it. I'm so used to playing, like, you know, Fire Emblem Heroes or Genshin, where, like, it's very, what's the right word? It's very mechanical. You know exactly what you're supposed to do, what the order of things you're supposed to do, right? Like, you can kind of, like, think things through, like, this is the build I'm going, whatever. And then Zelda just feels like a breath of fresh air, where you're just like, I'm just in a world, and it doesn't matter what the meta is, it doesn't matter what anything is, I'm just gonna have fun. I'm just gonna explore. I'm gonna go find a Korok and I'm gonna throw it off a freaking mountain. Like, oh my god, it just feels so good. I love this game. It's so good. I thought I was gonna beat it within this month. I kind of doubt that's gonna happen. The chances of that aren't looking good, so I might have to wait to play Final Fantasy 16 because this game is probably gonna take a couple months. It's like there's so much to do, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm absolutely in love with this game. It's definitely worth the wait, the very long wait. Following Marita. She has Flashing Blade 4, which is okay. I really wish you were a normal 5-star though, so I could burn my pity. Because I would take any red 5-star. I'd be happy with any of them. Okay, can we break it here? We're at 10%. Come on, I'll take anything. Anything at all. That's not... You know what? I wish I could pull green. I don't want to pull green, but I do want Sylvain. So hopefully there's a banner with green on it soon that I want to pull on. Yeah, let's do another question. This is going to be from the Actuarist, who is a big Fire Emblem Hero competitive player on Twitter. Really, really cool person. I like them a lot. Really good ideas. And they want to know, good luck with the summons. I'm close to beating Radiant Dawn and would like to hear what you liked most about the game. Also, what didn't you like and how would you change it? So, the Actuarist is actually playing Radiant Dawn for the first time, which is really exciting. And when it comes to Radiant Dawn for me, there's so many things to like. But when it comes to stories, one thing I focus on a lot is the characters. The characters and the world building. Those are the two things that I focus on the most. And I feel like Radiant Dawn is the best, or just Tellius in particular, is the best in Fire Emblem at those two things. The characters in Tellius feel so... what's the word? They feel like they live in the world. Like, they don't feel like they're like anime characters who got put into this world. They don't feel like stereotypes or anything like that. They feel like real people who would live in that world, who have experienced things, and the reason why they have those personality traits, the reason why they have certain, like, you know, dispositions about certain things is because they've experienced things. And they do such a good job at portraying that in the game, and then showing you how the world itself is laid out, right? Like how the relationship between countries and the way that the relationship between races, right? They just do such a good job at it. I love it so much. Like Radiant Dawn is a great example, right? When you come to a sequel and you have a game like Radiant Dawn, it's very easy to just say, hey, we'll just make another story about Ike doing cool things. But they don't do that. They go to Dane, which was the enemy country from the first game, and you get to explore all the horrible things that have happened to that country because of them losing the war. Like, how amazing is that? How much, you know, it does such a good job of showing all the different facets of the world and different sides and perspectives. It's just, oh my god. And that's not even talking about the amazing characters. The characters are just phenomenal. Some of the best written characters in gaming. I love it. Ike is such a phenomenal character. When it comes to things I don't like about Radiant Dawn, there's a few things I can think of immediately. Yes! Okay, we're good. We're done. Talking about Radiant Dawn brought the luck. Awesome. So now we have a +2 Hinoka, or we have 2 copies of Wings of Mercy, which is something to think about. Bad idea again, though. Could it be plus speed? Or attack or anything? Oh, man. Okay, we'll do the whole circle here just because we're at 11%. But yeah, the biggest thing about Radiant Dawn, with no spoilers, is the blood contract. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up. In my opinion, it's just a horrible plot device that was lazily done. Definitely not great in the slightest. For me, it definitely detracted a bit from some of the characters' decision-making and their characters themselves, right? I feel like Nysala kind of got docked a few points because of the blood contract. It just didn't work that much. It kind of feels like the thing from Fates with like them not being able to talk about the secret country or whatever. It's kind of stupid in my opinion. I don't think it like ruins the game by any means, but if there was something to change, that would definitely be it. Like, make a good reason for Dane to act the way it does, and for Nysala to act the way it does. Just, I think there's better options essentially. That's the one thing I'd change about Radiant Dawn for sure. Also, the support system. It's not bad. Like, you definitely get a different type of supports in Radiant Dawn. But I would love to see just like basic supports where you get to talk to everybody and learn more about the personality. Because I think they're such great characters that they deserve that much. I think you could really explore more about their history and their culture and why they became who they did. Okay, we are going to be done with the summoning session there. that went extremely well. We did get a little bit rough luck at the end, but the beginning luck was so stupidly insane. There is no reason to complain. That was really good. We came out with 3 copies of Hinoka, which is nuts. We got 2 copies of Valencia, which I'm very happy about. And we even got an Ophelia as well and a Nano. Like, this is very, very good luck. I'm so happy about this because honestly, my luck recently has not been great, especially in Fire Emblem Heroes and Honkai Star Rail. My luck has been pretty bad. So I'm glad to see it turn around here. But now I'd love to hear from you. How did your summons go? If you did summon on this banner, who were you going for? Were you going for Hinoka? Maybe you're going for Wings of Mercy fodder? Or were you going for Legendary Robin? Because I think there's a lot of people who have seen how powerful Robin is now, and they're going for this chance to try to pick up a copy of him. So I'd love to know how your summoning session went. Make sure to drop a comment down below, letting me know. And once again, I'd love to thank all my members for all their constant support. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to make all these videos. If you haven't yet, go check out my ranged nuke tier list where I went over 111 nuke tiers and ranked them from triple S to E. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. This has been Oblivion. I'll catch you all later.